Hey peeps, Firas here. So let's try something different. I kept on posting stuff with my band, stuff of myself, and I showed you like a sneak peek of my birthday present somewhere here, the super switcher. So yeah, I want to do a video about how I'm putting together my new, I don't know where to look, how I'm putting together my new pedal board, which will live in that huge box, right? It's everything is on top. I have zip ties and I have stuff, and yeah, all right, so let's start. Okay, so let's see what's up with my current pedal board. As you see, it's kind of compact. That's the size of my hand, so it's pretty compact, pretty small. I also have a fitting case, which is kind of easy to carry around. However, let's say, so I have this M5, which I use, of course, for multi-effect stuff. Okay, so let's say about let's talk about Avalanche. Avalanche starts with some special effects and stuff, which I'm doing like with my crunch box on, a bit of noise. Sorry for that. Right. So I'm doing a bit of ambience and stuff like this, and then I go straight into the main hook. All right, so on and so forth. So what's the issue? Well, the issue is when I get to the verse, the A part, I need to engage this pedal and this pedal, which you might say, yeah, you can stomp on both at once, which I'm doing, even though I'm kind of moving the pots around, unfortunately, which yeah. So I might mess with the gain or volume or something. So let's say I'm getting this one done, a bit of volume. Everything is good, it sounds fine. However, when I need to solo, I think I will just change pickups, which is also fine. But we go into the B part, which has this one also engaged. I have what is it? Harmonizer, which does a 6 below, which is cool. And for the second B part, I also engage the chorus, which is also a ton of fun. Cool. However, when I have to go back to the main hook, I need to do this. Sorry for the blurry thing. So I had from let's try again. I'm somewhere behind the camera. Right? So I need to do this ASAP. Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, you could, yeah, just think it was on. Now it's on, now it's off, right? And I go back into the. I forgot this one, right? So, as you can see, it's kind of sucky, and most of the times I might trip over and put a booster on, or the OXD, not the OCD, or I might touch something else. At some point I even changed the preset somehow on the M5, which is kind of hard because you have to push these two and then do some stuff around. Anyways, so this is the problem. Even though this is compact again, like, or here's a pick. Right, so just for reference, I don't have a banana at hand. That joke inserted here. So this is the problem. Otherwise, I really like this setup. Don't have. It's not very lossy. So let's talk a bit about the signal. guitar cable, right? Goes into the Octavix, which is just amazing. It's very Hendrixy, it's very cool. It also has this gating effect. So this is volume on full, right? You can hear the decay and how when the gate comes in and just kills it. So that's cool. From the Octavix, it goes into the Vibra clone, which is well, it's more or less like a Leslie thing. So you know what I'm talking about. It has two modes: tremolo, which is the first one, or chorale. Chorale is yeah, it's like a univibe thing. So yeah, you get a point. From this, I'm going straight into the distortion, the crunch box, which I freaking love. It's one of it's the 80s in a box. It's basically emulating a JCM 800 quite well, I would say. And then I'm going into the OXD. It's basically an OCD clone. Its thick is overdrivey. It's exactly what I need. And I end this small gain thing with the booster. So without, with, this is on minimum. I mean, if I go like 12 o'clock, it's already going into drive territory. And on full, it's a lot. It's a bit too much, and it gets, I don't know if you can hear it, even with humbuckers, it gets a bit noisy. So I keep it on the minimum. And sometimes, let's say I'm using some distortion, and I want a bit more, I get more. So yeah, it's cool. The last one in this chain, I think, yeah, is the M5. And yeah, I mean, the M5 is everything you want it to be. Let's say, for example, for Goodbye Jimmy Part 1, I'm using this reverse delay thing. Of course, not with this much distortion, and or for example for Goodbye Jimmy 2, I'm using a vibe effect. So it's great. This pedal is just great for every. I mean, I'm not using the drives. I'm using mostly mods, modify modulation effects, and some delays, and I might use in this new configuration even some extra reverbs. And the last one in the chain before going into the input is the third dimension, which it's it's a take on a very classic Boss pedal. I mean, when you want 80s in a box, that's the box to have. With this box in particular, it's kind of like straight Satriani. So yeah, you know what, I love the 1 and 4. You know, just buy one. It's just 40 bucks or something. It's amazing. And so everything goes into my Kilter super block, which is just amazing for rehearsals. I keep the buster maybe at, I don't know, what would that be, usually here 9 o'clock, which for home use is not good. So for home use maybe like 7, so my neighbors won't call the police. And yeah, I'm keeping it on a JMP Marshall JMP setting. I really like the saturation you get. So this is just the amp. And if you want it less saturated, of course you can just trim a bit of the guitar volume, and it cleans up quite nicely. And also it has a very nice reverb. I'm using just a bit of reverb here, and you know, it's a bit bright, so I'm cutting a bit of the mids, of the treble, sorry. Also a bit on the mids, a bit more bass, because the cabinet I'm using. Let me see if I can show the I'll show you the cabinet. Yeah, I'll show you the cabinet. So I'm pushing a bit the bass, and now for some reason I had the limiter on, and without the limiter it gets even more dynamic, of course. I think my kids might have messed up with the limiting. Anyways, so yeah, gain 12 o'clock, no limiting usually. Bass maybe 2 o'clock, 1.5, I don't know. Mids 11.5, treble 11 maybe. Reverb just a bit, like 9 o'clock, and master 7 o'clock maybe, so just a bit, 1 or 2, let's say, on the full master range. And this is my current pedal board. I really love it. However, it's kind of a drag to flip around, and to, you know, you have to press these two buttons at once and go click 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 up and down to get whatever sound you want. For example, like this very nice tri-chorus effect, talking about the 80s, which I'm using on Mike's nice sternum. If you, yeah, bump into the stand like this, right? So I called it Mike's Vibe, because I'm using it on Mike's nice sternum. All right, so this was my pedal board. Just a bit. The delay, it's the only effect that goes into the effects loop, and I think is the cheapest you can find on Amazon or something. It's Van Gogh. It's a Chinese thing. I just got it together with this OXD. I don't remember. I either bought it from a guy or traded something. Doesn't matter. I really like this one. I think it's a digital that's emulating an analog or something like that. So no reverb. No delay, sorry. No delay, with delay. So it also gives it like a slight boost, maybe 1 dB. And yeah, I mean, kind of sounds pretty analog. I'm so not quite sure what's it. I mean, it's trying to copy something. I'm pretty sure a pretty classic design. I don't know what, but I got it for next to nothing. So yeah, and it's also dirt cheap. It's like 20-30 bucks if you want to buy it. I think it's one of those Amazon things or whatever big store things. So that's a wrap up for my current setup. Yeah. Not the greatest ever video on YouTube, but it is what it is. So yeah, see you in the next one. Ciao. Alright peeps, so that was the first part of making my new pedal board. Basically I was talking about my old one. And what to expect from the next one, you'll see me, also the pedals. I'll take this old one apart and start working on the new one, and I'll get you through my thinking process and the routing and everything else. Plus, because I was scared about this for a long time, MIDI. I will touch on MIDI. So yeah, it's way easier than you think actually. Yeah, see you in the next one. All right, babes, ciao.